Craig has a correspondent on his show. His name is Coach Patrick.
Bring him in. We're just kind of on a time crunch. Let's get Coach Patrick here.
Okay, all right. Give me just 1 second. We'll get Coach Patrick in the studio. He's a little bit of an older guy, just so you know.
Good stuff, man. Bring him on.
A little bit older, a little slower. Let's get him. Coach Patrick, come on in, man.
Okay, come in here.
Mick Foley, Connect Voice, you here? Talking about the pay-per-view coming up. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Okay, is he on the phone right now?
I am.
Do I need to, Steve, do I need to do some kind of intro, or can you Photoshop it in later?
He's on the phone, Coach Patrick. You just talk to him, and it'll be good to go.
Okay, this is Coach Patrick for 103.9 The Game. We're joined on the radio show today by Mark Foley. Thank you for being with us today, son.
Hey, Coach, it's my pleasure to be on here, whether I'm Mark Foley or Mick Foley.
Well, you know, Mr. Foley's son, I'm just going to come out and ask this question because you and I both know that it is the rhinoceros in the room. What were you thinking, son, sending them text messages to those congressional pages? I mean, you had to have known it was going to ruin your career as a congressman. I don't guess he wanted to talk about it.
103.9 The Game. This is Stan.
Hey, man, this is Jake calling back.
Hey, Jake.
So, are you going to talk about the pay-per-view?
No, we're going to talk about the pay-per-view.
All right, we got a couple minutes here. You got like 3 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Mick
Foley, Coach.
I'm sorry. You're the one that wrestled as the Mankind and Catfish Jack?
Well, I wasn't Catfish Jack. I was Cactus Jack.
Yes, sir. Well, it is an honor to meet you, son. I'm a big fan of your books and your wrestling career. Have you ever wrestled in the Memphis territory?
I sure did. That was my first full-time wrestling gig. I started in wrestling in 1985, but I got out to Memphis in the summer of 88.
Well, that's great, son. We're broadcasting from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Have you ever wrestled in Jonesboro?
Oh, many times. Matter of fact, I think it was 1994. They used to come out, I believe it was the Armory there, and I wrestled every couple of weeks in Jonesboro.
Well, that's
from where the university was, but none of the university students did step foot in our armory.
Yes, sir. Well, one of our favorite sons from Jonesboro used to be the booker in Memphis. His name was Andy Hales. Andy Hales. Yes, sir. Did you work with him?
I did, and I wrote fondly of him in my first book, Have a Nice Day.
That's great, son. Well, what are you doing now, Mark? Do you have any big matches coming up that you would like to tell us about?
Mark was a congressional page. Was the senator who liked congressional pages. He liked young boys. I like older women. So we're only a couple of letters off, but there's a big difference. Probably like 30 years difference in our preferences in people, and a different gender, too.
Oh, I'm sorry, son.
That's all right. No, don't worry, Coach. It's my bad. It could happen to anybody.
Yes, sir. Well, tell us about the big wrestling match you got coming up this weekend.
Well, it's called Hardcore Justice, and it's TNA bringing out a fans a special one-night only hardcore show featuring some of the people that fans would have been familiar with from their hardcore past.
It sounds fantastic, son. And can the people here order it on the pay-per-view television?
They sure can. That's one of those new inventions, and they can do that. They can call their cable provider. I think most cable television systems and DirecTV and things like that just allow you to order it right from your television.
Well, we'll certainly be encouraging our listeners to watch it. We're big fans of you here in Jonesboro, son, and I want to wish you well in your upcoming wrestling match. And first chance you get, I want you to come back to Jonesboro and come out and support the Raiders.
Hey, well, thank you, Coach. Pleasure talking to you.
For 103.9 The Game, this is Coach Patrick saying so long to my new buddy, Mark Foley. Hello, Mark. Mark. Uh-oh.